much is it that Boa hasn't done? What is the unfinished business that keeps you motivated?
The song, the quintessential song.
Yeah.
Keep going for that song. You saw us today, like in between doing something, we just came up with an idea for something else, and that's kind of how it always is with us.
Does it feel like stepping back into an old position, or does it feel like something fresh?
I don't think you can ignore social media and the way our world has become digital, and that's totally different from when we started out, and that's something that's another consideration. So it means the way we relate to the people who like our music is very different now. It's immediate, which is kind of amazing. And the way our music might get received would be immediate as well. So that is different, and that does kind of come into sometimes when we're creating as well. I think it might, you know, and even the recording process is different now.
Yeah.
You know, infinite possibilities.
The band has experienced such a uniquely amazing renaissance with a new generation who are obsessed with the songs. Quite a magical thing about music is that it transcends cultural barriers. What elements of those old songs do you feel duty-bound / important that they remain in the new material?
I don't think we're doing anything purposely. I think we're just naturally doing that because it's us, and that's the chemistry.
We first started playing together, and we went and we looked at each other, and it was like, it sounds like Boa, and it's like, yeah, of course, because that's what we do. Me and Al lock in, Jazz does her thing, and it all comes together.
Where I was in the studio with you a few months back, hearing the new stuff, it just slips straight back in, so it's cool that it's not a conscious thought, it's just something that exists.
We fought hard to get the sound though, because when we first started, we were kind of doing jazz funk, and then we were doing rock. Well, we were doing jazz funk, but every time everyone was just jamming and having a cup of tea or something, everyone would jam rock. And so slowly but surely it became that, whereas we started off with a completely different intention, and I'm really glad we did, because that's the music that we all like. We all like James.
We were just experimenting.
Yeah, exactly.
So what does Boa coming back together and getting back in the studio, recording new music mean to you?
It means the world to me. It's great. It's great to be back doing music, doing something that I love again, with people that I love.
Mirror that, definitely. It's nice to be able to explore stuff with Jazz and Lee again, and you know, have a few years behind us now to sort of, a slightly different perspective, but use that experience hopefully and put it into the music, and you know, move forward and do something creative.
It's nice to be working with people that I know and love so deeply, and in terms of, like, I do solo music, which is very different, it's kind of folk music. To be able to be me as a Boa singer, which is a lot rockier and a lot get my anger out and things like that, and the fact that we just immediately kind of come up with ideas and sort of intuitively know what each other is sort of thinking about where a song is going to go, that's because we've been working together for all our lives, really. So it's just this wonderful and sometimes challenging way, because actually you get used to doing things a certain way, and then, you know, you've got this other input and passion in there, which is delightful. And we end up coming up with something so much different than what we came in with. If we've come in with different ideas, we actually come out with songs. And
we edit each other, and it's a sort of alchemy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to get it right.
You've been working on a new album. Where is the inspiration coming from at the moment regarding lyrics and music?
For me, it's a process of looking for something that just sounds slightly unique and has its own thing, rather than just like 3 or 4 chords in a row. I want to hear something that's a bit, you know, catches my attention, and that's usually a good starting point for writing for me.
Yeah, because it's kind of a hook.
You go through a big process of weeding out stuff that's just hasn't got enough interest.
And when I come up with ideas, if I come up, there are some things where I come up with them, like that's definitely for Boa, you know, type thing. And in terms of lyrics, I think everything is going into my brain and then coming out, if you know what I mean. So, and sometimes they're changing from one subject to another as the time goes by. It kind of depends on what's inspiring at that time, and then that will lock down, and if it suits the atmosphere of the song, that's what I'll stick with, and then I'll sort of develop that. One of the songs at the moment is, in my mind, I'm seeing a sort of dark night landscape and the sea, and I don't know why I'm being on a boat. I don't know why, but that's where it's coming from.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got a few years behind us now, so we really appreciate this opportunity to do it, and we want to make it as best we can. I think we're all on the same page on that. We're just going to take this opportunity and make something that we hope people really like.
Now it's more about, you know, really making sure we take this time and we create, because that's what we're here for and we really love it. So it's
nice
just
thing to
more
do,
considered, isn't it, when we come in.